All right, so I've never done anything like this before, so be patient with me and please don't be too harsh on the critiques. Hopefully I can help some of y'all out, maybe help you save some money and some stress. So there's not too many videos right now online on how to fix the DJI Mini 2. So I broke one of my arms the other day flying around the woods and I had to replace it. Now I haven't done 100% of putting it back, but I'd say for my first time, it's good enough. So anyways, I'm going to get to the basics on how to open this guy up and get to the wires that you probably need, which I would assume that most of the time the issues you're going to have is the same issue that I'm having, which is having to replace one of the arms here. Okay. So what I did, I've already have my unit stripped down a little bit here. Okay. So to take this piece, which is the top piece off, you only need to take off 4 small screws, okay? Real small screws. And it's just 4 of them. Those 4 screws are itty bitty, so make sure you don't lose them, okay? Those 4 screws come out of basically the corners of the drone. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 screws need to come out so you can take this piece off, right? Okay. Once you take this piece off, you're going to think there's still more screws holding it together, being that it's still snapped on so tight. And when you go to take it off or snap it off, be real careful because I can't start to describe how thin this shell is, okay? So be very careful when you're prying this guy off. Now, you're not done, okay? If you're trying to replace one of these arms, you also have to take off this bottom cover right here, which I'm not even going to try to take off anymore because it almost broke on me when I tried to take it off. So be very careful, but this basically unsnaps on the bottom here. You just basically pull it off. But before you do that, you have to remove these 2 small Phillips head screws that are on the inside of this guy right here, here and here. So before you try to go prying this guy off like I did, make sure you remove that screw and that screw, and then you can kind of unsnap this bottom piece off. You're gonna need to take this bottom piece off because there's one wire, it looks like a ground wire of some sort, going to the bottom of that. Once you take this bottom panel off, there's like a black shield underneath there. That black shield is held together with 2 small screws, one on this corner and one on this corner underneath this cover. Take those 2 screws out and then that shield comes out. You need to take that black shield out and this cover off to get to I believe it's like a ground wire. It's gray and it goes plugged in. It's not soldered in, it's plugged in to the bottom there. Now, once you get that gray wire plugged in there, put your shield back, your 2 screws, snap this back on, and put your 2 small screws back in. I went down to the local computer repair shop today. They didn't charge me a thing to resolder these 3 wires back on there for me. Okay, so it should cost you next to nothing. I was able to install the arm on there. It swings right. That's basically just pushing through a pin. So basically you just push this little guy downwards and this pin will slide out, and you have to make sure that you put the arm back in there just right. So make sure you have this guy right here, this action. So anyways, once you've got the wires through there, soldered them in, the gray one, like I said, goes to the bottom. Once you got all the wires in place, you're basically, I mean, if I would have done that 100%, those wires are supposed to be braided, kind of like over on this side, and tucked away underneath this little lip right here. Okay, so anyways, and then you'll probably have to use some liquid electrical tape right here, so when you open up the arm, it doesn't flex on you, doesn't move. Other than that, you're basically ready to snap this guy back on there, put your 4 screws in, and get the back and flying. Everybody, I hope I was able to help y'all out. If I did, at least give me a thumbs up to know that I didn't waste my time. Have fun flying, and hopefully this makes it easy to keep replacing and keeping it cheap to fly that drone. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.